Okay, the lineup for the ARCA Pro 4 4-car dash on the pole out of Millersport, Ohio. It's Bob Cumbo. Cumbo in 17. Flanking him in 81 from Springfield, Ohio. ARCA Pro 4 driver Malcolm Lovelace. In the second row, Enon, Ohio driver Mike Stacy. And alongside in number 12, your fast qualifier this evening with a 14.5993 time, it's Robbie Pyle. 4 cars, your fastest 4 ARCA Pro 4 qualifiers. They'll go 4 laps. Leads lap number 1. He's got a car length distance on Lovelace. Now, Robbie Pyle tries to move on the outside of Lovelace. They'll get the halfway signal this time. Pyle still plies his trade on the outside of that open wheel car of Lovelace. Cumbo stays out front. White flag this time. Cars very evenly matched. Now Pyle begins to gain ground on Lovelace, but it looks like Cumbo will take this one easy. The good race is for second. Your winner is Bob Cumbo. Robbie Pyle comes home second in a close race with Malcolm Lovelace. Mike Stacy comes around fourth. Air, heating and air conditioning entry, Bob Cumbo in car 17. Again, these 4-cylinder cars running Hoosier racing slicks primarily. Go around the track pretty quick for 4 cylinders. Touring division that visits such speedways as Toledo Speedway and Flat Rock Speedway, primarily pavement facilities, the ARCA Pro 4s. The lineup goes a little bit like this. In 26, out of Columbus, it's Gary Carter. And alongside in 84, the driver in 84, Bill Sager. Next up in number 70, Carol Hargis, and alongside of Hargis in 71, it's Rex Betties from Kettering, Ohio. Number 75 is next, that's Eddie Adams, and alongside of him in 55, Grove City, Ohio, Jack Weethy. Bobby Marvin is next, that's car 76, and alongside of Marvin in 25, Bill Hartman. Then comes Don Bender, Tony Tanarelli, and Robert Slaughter. 10 laps for the ARCA Pro 4 first heat race. Bill Sager the leader, but moving on the high groove is Jack Weethy. They'll complete lap number 1 this time. Weethy the leader, and we've got a spin. Carol Hargis in car 70 over on the backstretch. Yellow flag. Weethy with a big jump on the restart. Betty's and Hartman trying to move around Sager for second spots. Rex Betties is second. But your leader is still Jack Weethy. driver Jack Weethy way out front. And now a crash over in turn number 2. Tony Tanarelli spins. Rex Betty's the new leader. Apparently Jack Weethy with mechanical problems on that car 55. He pulls into the infield. Weethy is out in 55. The new leader from Kettering, Ohio is Rex Betty's. Second is Bill Hartman. Third, Don Bender. 6 laps remain. Tony Tanarelli jumps on the restart, so he'll go to the tail. Leader in 71. Bill Hartman is second, Don Bender third, Robin Slaughter fourth. They'll get to halfway, cross flag signals this time. And from Marcellus, Michigan, Bill Hartman, the new leader in 25. Don Bender makes his way around Betty's Hill, now runs second. Bender is second. Slaughter now is second, moving around Bender. He'll try to close in on Hartman in the remaining 3 laps, but there's only 2 to go this time. The white flag from starter John Knuckles this time around. Hartman leads, but Slaughter is closing. Bender is third, and Rex Betty's fourth. Slaughter will try the inside. Hello, how do you do? To Bill Hartman down in turn 4, but Hartman hangs on to it and comes home first. Slaughter tried, but Hartman was there. They touched wheels coming off the fourth turn, and Hartman hung on to it for the win. First turn down there, completing lap number 1. Bigham out front in car 48. I can't believe they're all headed in the same direction still. Great job of driving. 2 laps now complete. Bigham the leader, Jeff Sheets second. Bobby Sage is third. Lead was short-lived as Sheets now runs out front in 11. And here comes Bob Sage to challenge Bigham for second spot. Down the backstretch of lap number 4, halfway signal this time. It's still Sheets, Sage, and Bigham. Are complete. Jeff Sheets, Mark Catone is second, Bill Withers third. To go this time for Jeff Sheets. And your winner is Jeff Sheets. Second, Mark Catone. Third, with the last lap pass, Jerry Young. And fourth, Bill Withers. Car number 12, it's Dave Nance. Dave Nance in number 12, and alongside of Dave in 72, the driver is Craig Parker. The second row on the bottom, Donnie Zero Hill, and outside of him in 27, that's Jerry Buck. And row number 3, 02, the driver is Charlie Osborne. And alongside in 25, Jim Kidd. Rounding out the field in 74, it's Ken Sward. And alongside of Ken in number 3, Ron Holbein. 8 laps, the Limited Sportsman. First heat race. Zero Hill with some sort of problem in that car. Your leader is Craig Parker from the outside front row. Dave Nance is second in car number 12, but Jerry Buck tries to make his way around in turn 4. Craig Parker leads Dave Nance, Jerry Buck, and Jim Kidd. Jam behind Dave Nance. Jerry Buck tries to move around the car number 12. The leader is still Craig Parker. Holbein with a flat right rear tire in number 3. Craig Parker still leads them around. And now, Jerry Buck spins in 27 in this event. ARCA out front. Now Jim Kidd tries to make his way around Dave Nance. White flag this time. Kidd with a half a car length lead over Nance. And Nance makes contact with Jim Kidd over in turn number 3, bringing out the caution flag. The third row, Randy Sword will hold the inside position, and outside in 20, it'll be Mike Brown. And finally on the tail, car number 9, Jim Cruz. Cruz, by the way, posted the fastest qualifying time at 16.238. Okay, we understand that Jim Cruz, fast qualifier, drew a number 10 in the pill draw, which means he, as fast qualifier, will start 10th, and the 10th place car start on the pole. There's that address I told you about for the Columbus Dispatch Sports up on the scoreboard now. Bob Justice the leader. Robbie Dean is second in 11. Bob Justice, Robbie Dean, Don Gregory, and Randy Sword, your first 4. Justice second, Robbie Dean. He's followed by Donnie Gregory. Now Gregory into the back of Dean, exiting turn 4. Randy Sword looks to want to try the outside groove, but he hadn't been able to make it work yet. Try the outside of Bob Justice. White flag this time. It's Justice on the inside, Dean on the outside. But Justice will win. And Justice prevails in the 8-lap heat race. Robbie Dean is second, Donnie Gregory third, and Randy Sword comes across fourth. 1992. From Columbus, Ohio, the Renner Towing entry, it's Donnie Renner. Alongside, and out of New Carlisle, Ohio, the driver of the Paul Store-owned car number 5, Dick Dunleavy Jr. The second row, your second fast qualifier, car number 26, Columbus, Ohio driver, Bill Cantley. And on the tail, out of Miamisburg, Ohio, fast time for this driver. He has 2 feature wins in a row. He was credited in 1992. The Burco Trucking entry, it's John Vallow. His qualification run a 14.552. Renner and Dunleavy, Cantley and Vallow. Four laps. Dunleavy still holds on the outside of Renner. 1 lap down. This time around, it's Donnie Renner, your leader. Renner still holds on to that inside groove. Cantley waits in the wings. Halfway. Now Dunleavy with the advantage, a half a car length down the backstretch. To go. Renner on the inside. Dunleavy on the outside. Everybody on your feet. Your winner, it'll be close. The winner by inches, Dick Dunleavy Jr. Second, Donnie Renner. Third is Bill Cantley. And fourth, John Vallow. The first late model heat race. Starting first in car number 12, Denny Dean, and alongside of Denny in number 16, Mike Simpson. The second row in 23, that's Danny Brown, and alongside of Danny in 86, Skip Thornton. Tommy Simpson starts on the inside of the third row, and beside him, John Sedlacek. And finally, the tail in car number 6, it's Gary Williams, and car 50, Kevin Miller. Ten laps for the late model first heat race. Leader is Danny Brown. Second, Tommy Simpson. Third, Denny Dean. Danny Brown still the leader. Tommy Simpson second. Denny Dean third. Now Gary Williams moves up to fourth. Simpson tries to move in on Danny Brown. They'll approach the lap car of Kevin Miller this time around. 2 laps remain. Denny Dean is still third. Now Gary Williams runs fourth. White flag. With his first ever heat race win here at the Speedway in the late model, Danny Brown. Tommy Simpson second. Denny Dean is third. Gary Williams fourth. The lineup goes as follows. Robbie Dean will start first in car number 2. And outside of Robbie in 70, from Germantown, Ohio, Joe Hill. In the second row, car number 1 is Terry Humphrey. And car 98, Mike Rush. Next, we've got car 83, Lonnie Rush Sr. and car 9, Danny Eves. And finally, 61, Mike Ward. However, it looks like Kerry Humphrey moving to the back of the order, so we're going to have to shuffle the lineup a bit. And we'll get started here in just a lap or two. Now comes Humphrey up to his pre-designated starting spot. Around 10 laps to go. Humphrey runs second. Third, Mike Rush. And Joe Hill with a spin in turn number 4. Joe Hill. The leader is Dean. Rush is second. Halfway this time by. Ward pulls up onto the back bumper of Mike Rush. They'll go at it for second spot. White flag for Robbie Dean. From Darvydale, Robbie Dean. Second goes to Mike Rush. Third, Mike Ward. And fourth, Danny Eaves. The next event on tap, the Street Stock Trophy Dash, your 4 fastest qualifiers. Quickly, Jim McCauley starts on the pole alongside third fast qualifier, Joe DeFelice. Second quick time for the third starter in this event, that's Paul Baker Jr. And your fast qualifier tonight, Donald Parsons III. His time 17.562. So 4 laps for the Street Stock Trophy Dash. Leading lap number 1, Jim McCauley in car 33. White flag this time for Jim McCauley. Now Donald Parsons III. Tries the high groove, but McCauley holds on. It's McCauley, Baker, Parsons, and DeFelice. Half a lap to go. And the winner, Jim McCauley. Paul Baker Jr. is second. Third, Donald Parsons. And fourth, Joe DeFelice. Heat race. Roy Harding in 74, Marion Harper in 10. The second row, Herm Hunley in 7, and number 4, Jerry Rayner. Then comes Steve Elrod and Brian McDowell. Next up, Gary Forbes, and I know that name. And number 5, Tim Rowenbach. And on the last row, car number 41, Brian New, and 88, Bruce Holmes. Marion Harper, Roy Harding. 8 laps to go. leader is Marion Harper. Second now in car 4 is Jerry Rayner. Third is Brian McDowell in 73. Jerry Rayner takes over the lead from Marion Harper. Harper sideways in the fourth turn. He'll spin. Hello. Oh, goodness. They made it. I can't believe they did it. Harper moving backwards. We'll see if he's going to get moving or not. Red flag. Red flags come out. Marion Harper stalled in the fourth turn. Let's hear it for all these guys missing that crash. Quite a job of driving. Gary Forbes goes around the outside of Brian McDowell, taking over that third position. Meantime, Steve Elrod pressuring Jerry Rayner for the lead. Elrod right on Rayner's back bumper. And speaking of back bumpers, Steve Elrod is disqualified. Elrod disqualified for running into the back of Jerry Rayner. And Herm Hundley with a problem in number 7. So we'll go red flag to get this sorted out. Gary Forbes putting some heavy pressure on Jerry Rayner, your race leader. Tim Rowenbeck now steps up to challenge Forbes for second spot. They'll get the white flag this time. Forbes tries again down the front stretch, but he can't make it stick. Now Rowenbeck challenges on the outside. Number 4 and number 5. With the last lap pass, your winner will be Tim Rowenbeck. Rayner finishes second. Gary Forbes comes home third. winner, Tim Moreau in the back, his first heat race win ever here at the Speedway. Bill Hundley in 30 and Bo Davis in 18. Then comes Rick Honecker and Herb Pennington in the second row. Steve Tuttle and Steve Taylor make up row number 3. Correction, I believe that's Mike Taylor. Sorry about that. Then comes 32, Tom McCulley, 25, Bubba Parsons, 93, James Hunt, and 28, Fred Hartzell. 8 laps for the second street stock heat event. The leader is Bill Hundley. Second, Herb Pennington. Third, now Rick Honecker. It's still Bill Hundley, Herb Pennington. Now Mike Taylor is third. Halfway, 4 laps complete this lap. Pennington knocking at the door. White flag this time. Hundley still holds on. Mike Taylor is third. Fred Hartzell fourth. And a first time heat race winner, Bill Hundley in 30. Second goes to Herb Pennington. Third, Mike Taylor. Fourth is Fred Hartzell. In 36, Jim Romans. 77 on the inside of row 2. That's Don Townsend Jr. and Jim New on his right-hand side. The third row in 27, Dave Dysinger, and alongside in 87, Randall Borman. Dale Brown is next in 13, and 70 sits to his right. That's Heavy Hill. Next comes 35, Tom Idle. 3, Butch McAllister. 63, Craig Osborne, and 00, Ron Mangus. Going to start the next time around. 8 laps for the third and final street stock heat race. Intermission is next. We'll be calling off those lucky numbers immediately following this event. So hang on to that Winston Racing Series program. We'll be calling off those numbers right after this race. The leader is Jim Romans. Second, Clyde Trowbridge. Now Jim New races with Trowbridge for second spot. Clyde Trowbridge with an off-track excursion. Second now is Dave Dysinger. Halfway this time, Jim Romans the leader. Heavy Hill now up to third. Jim New back to fourth. And Jim New and Heavy Hill make heavy contact. Red flag. Four laps down, 4 to go. Jim Romans the leader, Dave Dysinger second. Now Don Townsend Jr. with an advantage underneath Dave Dysinger. Dysinger back to third. We'll get the white flag the next time by. Townsend begins to close in on Jim Romans. Now Butch McAllister is up to third spot. White flag this time. Still Jim Romans. Now McAllister tries to move around the outside of Don Townsend Jr. Your winner, Jim Romans. Second is Don Townsend. Third, Butch McAllister. So that's the first heat race win. First win of any type for Jimmy Romans in car 36. Jesse Cyrus to the tower, please. Jesse Cyrus, meet your party in the tower, please. So the winner, Jim Romans. Michigan. That's Bill Hartman. The second row in number 7 is Jerry Young out of Columbus. And another Columbus driver alongside, Robin Slaughter in 6. And row number 3, it's 17 from Millersport, Ohio, Bob Cumbo. And out of Springfield, car 81, Malcolm Lovelace. The fourth row in number 1, Mike Stacy from Enon, Ohio, and Columbus, Ohio driver, fast qualifier tonight, Robbie Pyle. Next up, Don Bender in 19 and Wayne Schmidt in number 4. Then comes 11, Jeff Sheets, and 57, Bill Withers. Next up, we've got 71. That's Rex Betty's, and 24, driven by Mark Catone. The next row is Harold Samuel in 05, and number 70, Carol Hargis. Then comes 52. That car driven by Jim Asher, and 67, piloted by Gary Beiser. And finally on the tail, car number 75, Eddie Adams. "19 cars. They'll race for 25 laps. And Tony Tannerelli moves out onto the track in car number 0. "20 cars now for 25 laps. The ARCA Pro 4s. The Ches Round Oldsmobile pace car pulls off the track, and we're ready to ramble and roll.
We just moved that row up on the
complete, and Robin Slaughter now moves inside of Bill Hartman for the top spot. Robin Slaughter, Bill Hartman, Malcolm Lovelace, and Robbie Pyle, the front 4. Five laps are complete. 5 laps. Now Lovelace is second. Slaughter, Malcolm Lovelace is second. Bob Coe up to third. makes his way around Malcolm Lovelace. Bender now second. The leader is still Robin Slaughter. Halfway. Malcolm Lovelace slows with a flat right rear tire. Tough break for Lovelace in 81. And now Eddie Adams with a fender bender with Tony Tannerelli over in the second turn. Robin Slaughter, second is Don Bender, up to third, Mike Stacy. Now Stacy to the outside of Don Bender for second spot. Stacy now moves up to second. Stacy on your leader, Robin Slaughter. Slaughter leads, but Stacy again challenges on the outside. Stacy to the outside of Slaughter. Five laps to go, 5 laps. To the outside of Mark Catone for second. And Don Bender with a spin, bringing out that, causing that crash.
Bender just got in.
5 laps remain. 5 laps. Mark Catone. Bob Cumbo is second. Catone, but here comes Bob Cumbo on the outside. And the leader now, Bob Cumbo. Mark Catone is second. Third, Malcolm Lovelace. White flag this time. Everybody on their feet, it's over. Your winner, Bob Cumbo. He almost didn't win it. From Millersport, Ohio, the winner, Bob Cumbo. His life flashed before his eyes coming off that fourth turn. City Auto Wrecking. Also flowers from Floral Expressions. Bill McClary to the Speedway office, please. Bill McClary to the Speedway office at the base of the tower. Starting on the pole in 02, it's Charlie Osborne. Outside in 25, Jim Kidd. The second row, car 74, is Ken Sward, and 29 is Bob Justice. Row number 3 in 11, the driver Robbie Dean, and alongside in 2, Donnie Gregory. Mike Rush will start inside of the fourth row, and alongside of him in 73, it's Randy Sward. Next up in, car number 20 is Mike Brown, and alongside in 9, that's Jim Cruz. 27, Jerry Buck is next, and he'll start in that row with car 72, Craig Parker. And rounding out the field, number 12. His last name's Nance. I just got to remember Dave Nance. I knew the last name, Dave Nance in 12. And number 3, Ron Holbein. So 25 laps for the limited sportsman feature event. Jim Kidd. But on the outside of him, Bob Justice challenging for the lead. Bob Justice second, now Jim Kidd. Donnie Gregory is third in car number 2. Circuits complete. Bob Justice the leader, Donnie Gregory with heavy pressure on Jim Kidd for second spot. Randy Swart is fourth. Cars halfway. Bob Cumbo continues to lead. Randy Swart is second. Robbie D third. Of course that's Bob Justice leading. I knew that. Bob Justice, your leader, of course. Big Bird challenging Randy Swart on the outside. Again, Robbie Dean on the outside of Randy Sword. Bob Justice still the leader. Justice leads Randy Sword, and here comes Robbie Dean on the outside of Sword again. Dean took home the feature honors last week in the Sportsman division. He's on the move again. Robbie Dean in 11 on the outside. Outside of Justice. White flag this time. Bob Justice the leader. Robbie Dean, Randy Sword. And the winner will be Bobby Justice. Starting first in car 23 was Danny Brown. Second in car 86, Skip Thornton. In row number 2, car 82 is Tommy Simpson. And car number 2, that's Robbie Dean. The third row in number 70, Joe Hill. And alongside of him in 1, Terry Humphrey. Next comes car number 98, Lonnie Rush. Make that Mike Rush. And alongside of Mike Rush, car 83, that's Lonnie Rush. Next up in number 9, Danny Eves, and 61, Mike Ward. Then comes Donnie Renner in 92, and number 5, Dick Dunleavy. Car 26 is next, that's Bill Cantley. And then comes your fast qualifier, 21, John Ballo. Next up at 16, Mike Simpson. Number 6, Gary Williams. 12 is driven by Denny Dean. And number 50, that's Kevin Miller. And also back there, John Sedlacek in number 41. 35 racing laps for the late models here on All City Auto Wrecking Junkyard Lounge night. Danny Brown and Skip Thornton, the leaders. Now Thornton takes over. Skip Thornton, the leader. Robbie Dean follows him around. Robbie Dean, the new leader. Sideways in the second turn. Renner moves up to fifth. Trying to move underneath Robbie Dean. Rush is up to third. Rush is third. Dean, your leader, but Humphrey trying to move underneath. Laps to go this time. 15 laps. Dean, but he can't make it stick. Robbie's still the leader. Robbie Dean on the outside, Terry Humphrey on the inside. To go, 10 laps. Now John Sedlacek with a spin on the backstretch in 41. Again tries the inside of Robbie Dean. Bill Cantley on the outside of Lonnie Rush on the move. Cantley continues to move on the outside. It's Robbie Dean on the inside. Bill Cantley on the outside. White flag, Bill Cantley. Now John Barlow is second. Robbie Dean back to third. The winner, Bill Cantley. That was a wild last 5 laps. Let's hear it for all those front runners. An excellent race. Bill Cantley, the winner. Bill Hundley and Bo Davis on the front row. They're followed by, let's see, Rick Honecker and Fred Hartzell. Then comes Steve Tuttle and Mike Taylor in the next row. They're followed by Tom McCulley and car 25, Bubba Parsons. Then come James Hunt and Clyde Trowbridge. Jimmy Romans and Don Townsend Jr. are next. They're followed by Jim New in 14 and 27, Dave Dysinger. Then comes Randall Borman, Dale Brown, Butch McAllister, Heavy Hill. Let's see, 35 is Tom Idle, 33 Jim McCulley, 44 Joe DeFelice, 66 that's Paul Baker Jr., 12 is Donald Parsons III, and finally car 72 Rick Honecker. Bill Hundley, the leader. Fred Hartzell second. Down, it's still Bill Hundley, Fred Hartzell, Herb Pennington, Steve Tuttle fourth. Five laps complete. Hundley leads Hartzell, Pennington, Tuttle, Mike Taylor now fifth. 4 running order remains unchanged. They'll complete 9 laps this time around. Cars will be halfway. Hunley, now your leader now, but Paul Baker Jr. trying to move on the outside. Baker takes over. Flag. Donald Parsons III stopped up in turn number 2. Herb Pennington and Heavy Hill, your front 5. To go. Your leader is Paul Baker. And red flag, debris on the racetrack. Debris on the racetrack, the reason for this red flag. Baker Jr. Second is Joe DeFelice. White flag. And the winner on All-City Auto Wrecking Night at the Races, Paul Baker Jr. Second is Joe DeFelice. Third will be Heavy Hill unofficially. I'll have to check that, make sure that's the way the scores saw it. But no doubt about the winner, it's Paul Baker Jr. And that will include